Are you ready to get registered?
So ready.
Okay, cool.
This way. Just walk this way.
Organizers here in Atlanta are now focused on high school seniors who weren't old enough to vote in the general election, but will be 18 before January 5th.
I would have expected, like maybe any other teenager, maybe my first election would have been for the presidential election. It was a little sad that I'm just a few weeks off of being able to do that, but the Senate election seems just as important as a presidential election at this point.
The 23,000 soon-to-be 18-year-olds are only part of the massive voter registration drive in Georgia. Organizers are pushing to get even more people to the polls ahead of the runoff. And so far, 82,000 people who didn't vote in the general election have requested ballots ahead of January.
It's going to be a fight. I hate to use such violent language, but it legitimately is going to be a sort of knockdown, drag out, turn out every single voter who supports my candidacy kind of election.
White lawmakers in the Jim Crow South invented the runoff election, assuming that Black and brown people wouldn't come out to vote. Now, organizations like the New Georgia Project are trying to make sure that they do.
We've never been in this situation before. There are a lot of people, I've seen a lot of hand wringing about low voter turnout for runoffs, right? Like, historically, 20% of the people who showed up for the general will show up in the runoff. And so for us, the strategy ultimately is to make sure that young people, people of color, and women turn out in great numbers.
Where are you going to find this other group of people to kind of get the voter turnout where it needs to be in January?
I think that when people think about Georgia and specifically like what it takes to win in Georgia, they think that the state is basically Atlanta and not Atlanta. And the truth is that we have what is known as the rural Black Belt in our state that is, 20 plus counties that are majority people of color. I think also when people hear sort of rural voters, that in their minds it's code for a white conservative voter. Also not the case in Georgia at all.
So far, the Atlanta-based New Georgia Project has registered nearly 500,000 new voters since 2014. Registration efforts in southern Georgia look different than they do in Atlanta. Albany is in the heart of Georgia's Black Belt, named for its rich, dark soil and a centuries-long history of enslaved labor. Today, it's one of the poorest cities in the state with a majority Black population. And it's in northern Daughtry County, which has nearly 4,000 unregistered voters of color. During this 4-hour registration event, Kim Daniels was the only person to sign up.
Congratulations.
What made you decide to come down here and register to vote today?
I decided to come down here and register to vote today because I didn't get a chance to be able to. And I believe that is because I was miseducated on how to. My family everybody has voted but me, but nobody really showed me how to.
So you weren't able to vote in November?
No, I wasn't.
What are some of the things you care about or the people in your family care about that you are hoping can make some changes?
Mostly just equality, just for everybody to be treated the same and seen as respectable individuals no matter where they come from, like their past.
There are a lot of reasons why people here don't prioritize voting. They're trying to eat, work, and pay their bills. And these very issues, organizers are trying to use to convince people to vote in January. What are some of the biggest challenges you guys face in a rural area like Albany that you don't think is really happening in other parts of Georgia?
You're not going to get 100 people registered to vote in a day in a city like Albany. You have to adjust that expectation.
I mean, I think that there has been a culture here for a long time of people in elected positions or in positions of power in this city and county think that people just don't vote, or that they're not going to come out.
What are you hearing from voters when you're knocking on their door and you're like, can you please just vote one more time for the Senate race? What are they saying back to you?
Well, I think the main thing is that we let the people kind of lead our effort. So we care about what the people care about. We saw that high utilities was the main thing. So we were telling people, if you don't vote for anything else, you have to vote for your light bill.
Can we count your support? I don't vote.
Okay, but we really need your support in this, because if we're going to make a change, it's going to start with us, you and me. And you know, you might be saying it's one vote, you're just one vote, but that one vote made a difference.
Thank you.
Girl, you know I got you, girl. Anytime. All right. I'm depending on your vote. We need it, because how much are your utility bills like now?
Probably like $300.
$300? You don't think that's a lot? I'm gonna walk around, I'm coming back to you, okay?
Are you a registered voter?
Yes, I am. I'm registered, but I don't really vote. I don't really get into politics like that.
Why do you think that you're not really into politics, or do you think it matters?
My honest opinion, so I really don't be thinking my vote count at times. But recently, after seeing what happened with the election this year and all of that, I see like it counts. It counts. You gotta vote. I'm 26. I have 3 kids, and right now I'm unemployed because I'm a full-time mom with them.
What do you think are some of the main priorities for the people here in Albany?
I would say their bills, their health care, because it's a lot of elderly people down here. And it's a lot of low-income families and stuff like that, too.
Thank you. We're counting on your vote.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna make sure I vote.